Hi students, welcome to yet another session of my class Reading Fiction. We are discussing Animal Farm by George Orwell. Let us discuss the themes of the Animal Farm. Important themes embedded in the novella Animal Farm. First point is a reflection of the socialist ideals in the Russian society. Yes, we can say that this Animal Farm is a reflection of the socialist ideas existed in the Russian society. I already told you it is a political satire and is most famous in the West. This novella is a reflection of the socialist ideals existing in the Russian society. So Orwell, with the help of this novella, he is trying to express what was existing in the Russian society at that time. And it is a strong critique of the history. This novel is a strong critique of the history and rhetoric of the Russian Revolution. It is the satirical form of the retelling story of the emergence and development of Soviet communism in the form of an animal fable. At that time, Soviet communism was existed in the Russian society. The political power was, yes, or the ideals that was existing in the Russian society was Soviet communism. And Orwell, with the help of this particular novella, that is Animal Farm, he is trying to retelling the story of the emergence and development of Soviet communism. And we all know that this particular novel Animal Farm is in the form of an animal fable. That means most of the characters are animals. And moreover, all these animals, these characters, they represent historical figures that was existed in the Russian society. It allegorizes the rise to power of the dictator Joseph Stalin. Yes, actually, this novella allegorizes. Allegorizes in the sense means allegory means there is a secondary meaning. So it allegorizes the rise to power of the dictator Joseph Stalin in Russian society. So at that time, Russian society was ruled by the dictator Joseph Stalin. And the novella, the overthrow of the human oppressor, Mr. Jones, by a democratic rebellion of animals, quickly gives way to the dominance of power among the pigs. This is the story, or this is the gist that what we see in the novella. That is the overthrow of the dethrone of the human oppressor, Mr. Jones, by the democratic rebellion of animals, and that quickly gives way to the. And as a result of the dethrone or the overthrow of the human oppressor, yes, that quickly gives way to the dominance of power among whom, that is pigs. It is same like the Soviet intellectuals. Yes, this is the same what was happened in the Russian society. That is in the case of Soviet intellectuals. The struggle for preeminence. Preeminence in the sense means superiority. The struggle for preeminence between Leon Trotsky and Stalin emerges in the rivalry between the pigs, that is Snowball and Napoleon. So the struggle for superiority, that is who will become superior. So the struggle for preeminence between historical figures like Leon Trotsky and Joseph Stalin, that emerges in the, yes, that is portrayed in the rivalry between the characters in the Animal Farm, that is between the pig Snowball and Napoleon. So Snowball and Napoleon, they represent the historical figures of Leon Trotsky and Joseph Stalin. In both the historical and fictional cases, the idealistic but politically less powerful figure, that is here in the novella, that politically less powerful figure is Snowball. And in the course of the story, we can see that this Snowball is, yes, exiled from the farm and or brutally injured by the Napoleon's security. So, in both the historical and the fictional cases, the idealistic but politically less powerful figure in the history is Trotsky. Leon Trotsky is considered as a less uh, politically less powerful figure, and in the novella, it is Snowball. And they were expelled from the revolutionary state by the malicious and violent usurper of power, Stalin and Napoleon. In the case of Russian society, Trotsky was expelled from the power by Joseph Stalin. And in novella, the snowball was expelled by Napoleon. That's what we see in the novella. I think all of you understand. The snowball was attacked by the Napoleon security and expelled from the animal farm. This is what was happened in the Russian society, that is in the history. Then Stalin's tyrannical rule and abandonment of the founding principles of the Russian Revolution are represented by the fixed turn to violent government and the adoption of human traits and behaviors. Yes, Joseph Stalin, he was considered as a dictator, and his tyrannical rule and abandonment of the founding principles. He tried to reject all the existing ideals or the founding principles that was existed in the Russian society as well as in the Russian Revolution. That was represented in this novella by the pigs. These pigs became more powerful and dominant in the novella. They became intellectuals. They made use of all the privileges, the pigs. And at first, in the initial part of the novella, that is in the beginning part of the novella, we can see that yes, there are 7 commandments for the well-being of animals in the animal farm. And that 7 commandments were good for the benefit of these animals. But slowly things changed, and most of the commandments, not most, almost all commandments, 7 commandments were changed by these pigs because they were the dominant powers in the animal farm. And they slowly turned to violent government and the adoption of human traits. Yes, at last, in the end of the at the end of the animal farm, we can see that yes, these pigs were behaved like human beings, walking in 2 legs like human beings, clothing like human beings, and behavior like human beings. So that adoption of human traits and behaviors. Thus, the novella critiques the violence of the Stalinist regime against the human beings it ruled. Actually, this particular animal farm, this novella, it is a critiques the violence of the Stalinist regime. Actually, with the help of this animal farm, this novella, Orwell is trying to critique the violent rule of the Stalin against the human beings it ruled. And here, that Stalinist regime was expressed as Napoleon in Animal Farm. And this Leon Trotsky was represented as Snowball in Animal Farm. And that Soviet intellectuals are here represented as pigs. I think all of you understand the first point, first theme that is embedded in our novella Animal Farm. And the second point is the societal tendency toward class stratification. Yes, we all know that there is a tendency, or it's not a tendency, that is already existing in the society, that is class division or class stratification. Animal Farm exposes the development of class division. Yes, in the Animal Farm, we can see that class division and the tendency to maintain and re-establish class structures, even in societies that allegedly stand for total equality. Yes, and in the introductory part, I already told you George Orwell, he was highly influenced by the class stratification that was existed in his society. how these upper class people treated the lower class or the working class people in his own society. He was highly influenced by those aspects that was existing in the society, and as a result, he wrote such a novella. So, Animal Farm, our novella exposes the development of class division. That means powerful, powerless, oppressor, oppressed, intellectuals, non-intellectuals. So, it exposes the development of class division and the tendency to maintain and re-establish class structures, even in societies that allegedly stand for total equality. From this novel, we can understand the class distinction. First, between humans and animals. Yes. First class distinction here Orwell is trying to expose is the distinction between human beings and animals. Then second one is intellectual versus physical labor. That is, some animals are intellectuals. That is, the pigs behave like intellectuals or more intellectual than other animals. But at the same time, like boxer and other animals, they were, yes, worked very hard. That is, their position is for physical labor. So, and this pigs for intellectual administration or making decisions, something like that. And boxer, plow, etc. Others are, yes, used for physical labor or hard work. So we can understand the class distinction first between humans and animals, then intellectual versus physical labor. Here, pigs consider themselves as intellectuals. They made use of all the privileges and utilizes all the privileges of their own benefit. This novel points to the force of this tendency toward class stratification. And with the help of this Animal Farm, Orwell is trying to expose those class stratification or inequality that was existing in his society, especially in that Russian society. I think all of you understand the second point. Then the third point is representing working class people. Yes, Animal Farm is a true expression of both oppressor and oppressed people. Oppressor in the sense means masters. Here, Napoleon is an oppressor. All pigs are oppressors. So, Animal Farm, this novella, is a true expression of both oppressor and oppressed. Here, Boxer is an oppressed. Snowball is an oppressed. So it is a true expression of both oppressor and oppressed people. It is not telling from one perspective or giving importance to some characters. Yes, we know that. Yes, Boxer is portrayed well in the novella. Then Clover. Then some other animals. All minor characters are expressed in the novella. That means it is not telling from one perspective or giving importance to some characters only. Here Orwell is trying to express all animals' situation and perspective. Orwell used this novella to express the loyalty and hardworking attitude of the oppressed characters. That Boxer is a good example. Orwell, he used this novella to express the loyalty and hardworking attitude of the oppressed characters and also expressed the necessity to be better educated or informed these poor working class characters as well as those people existing in the Russian society. All these characters are the, yes, model of the Russian society. That is, these oppressors and oppressed people were existing in Russian society at that time. Those who have in power, they try to oppress these poor working class people in the society. Here, Orwell used this novella to express the loyalty and the hardworking attitude of the oppressed characters and also emphasized one thing, that is, express the necessity It is important to be better to give education or informed these poor working class characters and people or people in the society. So in the Animal Farm, we saw that pigs were intellectuals, and this Napoleon made particular schools or training centers for pigs only. That that is a true thing that was existing in the Russian society at that time. These oppressors, they made schools or other institutions or training centers, and these high class people or the oppressors, they made use of all these facilities for themselves only. So here, with the help of these characters, Orwell is trying to emphasize that necessity. What is that necessity? Necessity to be better educated or informed these poor working class characters or people in the society. The character Boxer in Animal Farm is a good example, as he keeps loyalty towards Master throughout his life. But at the end, he faced a very bad reality. That means Napoleon sold this boxer to a group of people for killing him. Yes. Throughout, he emphasized, that is, throughout this boxer's life, he emphasized Napoleon is always right. He believed that, but at the end, he faced a very bad reality. Here, the oppressors exploit the inability and unwillingness to question authority. Actually, this is the truth. Here, the oppressor or the those who have in power or those who are in high class, they exploit the inability and unwillingness to question authority, because characters like a boxer, they never try to question the authority. Their inability and unwillingness to question authority, that is, here, that quality of the oppressed people and condemns the working class to suffer the full extent of the ruling class oppression. Yes, here the oppressors exploit the inability and unwillingness to question authority of the oppressed and condemns the working class to suffer and leave these poor working class to suffer the full extent of the ruling class oppression. Yes, as a result of their inability to question those inequality that was existing in the society, these high class people, they try to exploit those inability and leave these working class people to suffer the full extent. That means to suffer in extreme level of that ruling class oppression. Boxer is the best example. He worked hard for the construction of a windmill and other physical labors in the animal farm, etc. He worked hard and last he was tired. And this Napoleon then, yes, made a decision that to sell this boxer to a butcher or something like that. But he told to this boxer that you are taking to hospital for better care. And this boxer believed that it was true. Actually, Napoleon sold this boxer to a group of daughters and he got money. This Napoleon got money from those people and he used those money to buy whiskey for his pleasures. So this boxer, throughout his lifetime, he emphasized that Napoleon is always right, but at the end of his life, he faced a very, very bad reality. So that is here Orwell expressed with the help of this character. That is a true thing that was existing in the Russian society also. That is, the oppressors exploit the inability and unwillingness to question authority of the oppressed and condemns the working class to suffer the full extent. That is, leave the working class people to suffer in extreme level of the ruling class oppression. I think all of you understand these 3 points, that is the main themes of the animal farm. Please note all these themes, it is important. And we have to discuss 3 more points in animal farm. That is 3 more points regarding the themes of the animal farm that we will discuss in later class, the next class. Okay, there is a homework for you, and the homework is write a note on themes of animal farm. That is the first one, second one, and the third one. Write your homework and send back to me. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you again.